Okay, welcome to D-View. It's the opposite of a review where we just talk about someone else's review for a movie and why they're totally wrong. So, today we're going to be talking about Spider-Man Homecoming. This is a review from somebody named Nick. He gave the movie 5 out of 10, and this is what he has to say. He says, spoilers and review coming from a Spider-Man fan. I want to say if I knew nothing about Spider-Man, this movie would be good, but sadly, I loved him and grew up with Spidey. The movie was a typical Marvel movie and funny at parts, but the rest, they hurt my inner child, ruining Spidey. This movie hurt him and ruined him, but it's 5 out of 10. So I mean, think about that.
That's pretty fair. I mean, in some grading scales, like a 5 out of 10, that's average.
Yeah, I know. Tom Holland was a great Peter Parker and Spider-Man, so keep that in mind because later he contradicts that. But the producers and the creative team behind this ruined Spider-Man. I don't know how Stan Lee could happy with this. My God, they ruined Spider-Man. Spider-Man never needed a high-tech suit with all the gadgets and a damn voice helping him like Batman and Iron Man. You know, that's funny he said that because you remember he talks about how he says that he read comics as a kid. Well, he missed out reading the Civil War comic book where Iron Man gives Spider-Man a high-tech suit. And which movie did Spider-Man get a high-tech suit in? It was Civil War. That's right. So yeah, read the comics and then tell your childhood that he sucked.
I mean, when did Civil War come out?
He came out a long time. It was around when I started getting into comics, so that was a long time ago.
Oh, okay, so like after 2000.
Yeah,
Oh, so maybe he didn't have it as a kid.
I'm pretty sure this guy's a kid.
Oh, okay.
They made him look pathetic and took away his intelligence. Spider-Man relied on his abilities, not tech. This movie made Iron Man look responsible for the creation and power behind Spider-Man. Any kid could have been potentially Spider-Man with Iron Man's help, other than sticking to walls, according to this movie. No Spidey sense and no further explanation on his abilities. So yeah, this guy didn't understand the whole point of Spider-Man Homecoming because the ending is where he proves that he's more than just the suit because he doesn't wear the suit and he still defeats everyone. So yeah, you're wrong again, Nick. Yeah, so next, The Flash. My God, what were they thinking with him? I'm kind of curious which God this guy's referring to. A small Indian kid? Smaller than Tom Holland even? Not a jock? And hardly intimidating? That's not Flash. He's supposed to be a dumb jock and bully. Not a hardly noticeable nerd on a math team picking on Peter. So, in case you guys didn't notice, this is the third Spider-Man franchise with the third version of Flash Thompson. And when you do that, you kind of have to make them different. And I think we talked about this in the review that we thought that making him that character was a lot more realistic. And yeah, so Aunt May, why did they make her a hot mom figure? She's supposed to be old, not luscious hair and sexy. People hitting people hitting on her all the time. Why? Again, because this is a third version, they have to make the movie different.
Yeah, I mean, like Tom Holland's like 12 in this movie.
Yeah.
It's like you expect Aunt May to be all old and wrinkly.
Mm-hmm. Spider-Man's webbing was lame and made him look oblivious to using it. He barely created it. Tony did all the work. No, Tony didn't. You see him making it in class. Other than a moment in class, we saw Tony do all the work. His love interest was lame, and they made the Vulture her dad? Really? 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 That was the best part of the movie. And then put a nail in the coffin. And the Michelle random character calling herself MJ? Please no, she cannot be or replace Mary Jane and can't even nod to Gwen Stacy.
I mean, I can kind of agree with him on that.
I do kind of agree with him with that.
Yeah.
There was so much political crap in this. I don't mind changing the characters into other races. Doing it just for the sake of doing it was lame. making Flash Indian, making his friend, who also could be the Hobgoblin, Asian, and probably maybe getting rid of Mary Jane as Michelle, who is black. Does Hollywood have something against redheads? Every girl or hero who has red hair in the comics is never a ginger. The Shocker was terrible. No custom and lame. And they needed two of him too? Stupid. What does that mean? No custom and lame? Okay.
Costume.
No costume. That's probably what he means when it says custom.
I mean, yeah, you're right, and I think this guy actually is a kid.
Yeah.
Doesn't know how to spell, even though some adults don't. But
Yeah. Just everything in this movie killed my inner child and spat in my face for making comic book and cartoons of my beloved Spider-Man a waste of time. Oh, and people figured out who Spider-Man was quickly. The Vulture, his friend, what was his friend's name? I don't know. Iron Man, obviously, and drumroll, his Aunt May. Already Aunt May? Unless they make another movie and add a dumb excuse like, oh, I was just like the costume and made one. How stupid.
I was just like the costume and made one.
Yeah.
I feel bad that I knew what he meant by that.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I don't think there's another Spider-Man movie coming out for like another 3 years, so
Probably not.
don't worry about it too much. I'm sorry to Tom Holland for being involved in this. Yeah, he's such a good actor. He should stick to his other roles. This was not a true version of Spider-Man. If you know nothing of Spider-Man, then you'll probably enjoy this movie. But if you know anything about him, his story and who he is, Hollywood shat on him. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say spat, because that's the name of this review, is they spit in your face, but he put shat, which sounds, a lot like another word.
No, that's an actual term, Robbie.
Oh.
It's a very past tense.
Yeah, but I'm
word or
pretty sure
something.
this kid didn't mean to use the word shat.
Oh, yeah, probably not.
Because he talks about spat earlier on it. So that was his review.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let us know what you think about his review.
Are we gonna comment any more on it?
I don't have much more to say besides that don't go around talking about you know everything about the comics when you don't.
I guess.